You're staring at a wall of options, wondering if you're about to pour money into a display that will end up gathering dust or, worse, become a constant source of headaches. I get that it's easy to imagine a pricey screen that looks great in the catalog but turns out to be a nightmare in a real office or retail environment. You want something that actually works for your day-to-day needs, not just a glossy spec sheet, and you definitely don't want to waste time troubleshooting a piece of hardware that isn't built for the job you have in mind. Link is in the description if you want to check the product details on Amazon. Let's dig into the Samsung Business QM55R 55-inch 4K commercial signage display and see whether it lives up to the hype for businesses that need a reliable, always-in visual hub. First off, this isn't a consumer TV you're looking at. Samsung designed the QM55R specifically for 24/7 operation in commercial settings, which means the internal components are rated for continuous use and the panel is built to handle the heat that comes with that kind of workload. That's a big deal if you plan to run it as a digital menu board, a lobby information screen, or a video wall slice that never powers down. The 500 nit brightness and non-glare coating give you decent visibility even in bright retail aisles, while the slim bezel keeps the visual impact clean and professional. Who should consider this unit? If you're a small to medium business that needs a dedicated screen for things like product showcases, wayfinding graphics, or conference room presentations, the QM55R checks a lot of boxes. Its built-in Wi-Fi lets you push content from a central server without a tangle of cables, and the HDMI ports mean you can still hook up a laptop or a media player for ad hoc meetings. The fact that it's Cisco WebEx RoomKit compatible makes it a solid choice for companies that already use that ecosystem. You can essentially turn the display into a full-featured video conferencing endpoint without buying a separate monitor and camera rig. On the flip side, if you're looking for a high-end home theater experience, this isn't the right fit. The 500 nit panel is bright enough for most indoor signage, but it won't compete with premium consumer OLEDs in a darkened living room. Also, the panel is non-glare, which is great for bright rooms but can make the picture feel a bit flatter compared to a glossy screen that offers deeper contrast. So anyone whose primary use case is cinema-grade movie nights should steer clear. Now, let's talk about the practical strengths that matter after you actually mount the thing on the wall. Installation is surprisingly straightforward. The system-on-a-chip design means most of the heavy lifting like video processing and network handling is done inside the display, so you don't need an external media player. The mounting bracket is low profile, and the cable management channels are integrated right into the back panel, which helps keep the wall looking tidy. In a busy office where you have to run power and Ethernet to a handful of screens, those little details save a lot of time. The upscaling engine is another hidden gem. Samsung's intelligent UHD upscaling claims to improve lower resolution content so it looks decent on the 4K panel. In real life, that translates to smoother corporate slideshows and sharper product photos even when the source file isn't native 4K. I've seen it handle PowerPoint decks with mixed image resolutions without the usual pixelation you get on cheaper signage displays. For a business that often pulls content from various departments, that kind of forgiving image handling can reduce the time spent re-rendering assets. Reliability is where the commercial badge really shows. The 3-year warranty is a solid safety net for a device that's meant to be on 24/7. In practice, that means if the panel develops a dead pixel or the network module glitches, you won't be left scrambling for a replacement out of pocket. The warranty also covers the built-in Wi-Fi module, which is reassuring because wireless firmware updates can sometimes cause unexpected issues. But no product is perfect, and the QM55R does have a few practical trade-offs. Because it's optimized for continuous operation, the power draw is higher than a standard office monitor. If you're running a dozen of these in a retail space, that extra wattage can add up on your electricity bill. It's not a massive jump, but it's something to factor into the total cost of ownership, especially for tight budgets. Another nuance is the content management side. Samsung supplies a basic web-based content scheduler, but it isn't as robust as dedicated digital signage platforms like ScreenCloud or NoviSign. If you need advanced scheduling, dynamic playlists, or real-time data feeds, think weather, social media, or live sales numbers. You'll likely have to layer a third-party solution on top. That adds a small integration step, but for most small businesses the built-in tools are enough for static menus or looping promos. Sound is also worth a quick mention. The The QM55R doesn't include built-in speakers, which is fine for most signage where you'll be playing silent video loops or static.